The Layla Show. Welcome to another week of The Layla Show, where we build a conscious community one conversation at a time. With your host, me, Layla Ziari, coming at you with weekly episodes every Friday featuring guests from all over the world and so many different industries, sharing their stories, experience, tales, laughing, loving, and just vibing out. This week we are talking to Missy, which is, the name we're going to call her. And she is the author of Tales of a Phone Sex Girl. And you're going to just tell us all about, and you're from New Zealand, right? New Zealand?
No, Australia.
Australia. Okay. So you're going to tell us your story about that. So how did you get into being a phone sex operator in
Oh,
general?
thanks for having me, first off.
Sorry. I just flew
Thank
right
you very
through it.
much.
Yeah,
I'm really
thanks for
excited to be here.
coming.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here and I'm like, to talk about it. And yeah, I'm happy to answer that question. How did I get into it? Well, it sort of started, I kind of had an interest, in my late teens. I would see ads on TV and I'd be like, oh, that really looks like something I could do. And I just always had this like this want to do it. And so when I was about 19, I sort of set up a trial, but then it kind of fell through because I was about to do the trial and then my grandfather got sick and I had to reschedule the trial, and I rang up to tell them to reschedule it. And the company basically just said, if this is going to be a thing that happens all the time, then we don't want you. And then they hung up on me. So that was my first introduction to it. And so then nothing happened. Yeah, it was just so rude. I was like, wow, like this is the first time I've had to reschedule anything. And yeah, I was quite young as well. So I just kind of thought, wow, that was really interesting. So that was my first introduction to it. And that kind of left me always constantly wondering, what would it be like? What if I had have done it, if I had have gone down that route at the time? And I would always think about it constantly. It was always in the back of my mind. I'd be like, gee, like every time I saw the ad, I would see it and I'd be like, I really, really regret not doing it. And so when I was after a breakup and a big change in my life, like living arrangements and such, I decided, that's it. I was in a relationship at the time, and I just said to my partner, who I'm still with today, I said to him, I want to do it. I want to investigate this, I've looked into it and it seems to be fairly good money, and I think I'll be perfect for it. And he was like, sounds like you'd be perfect for it. So I
We
have
love
no
a
problems with
supportive
it.
partner.
And
I
that was
know
it.
feel like so many partners would freak the fuck out about that. So we love somebody who's supportive.
Yeah, like he had no problems with it at all. Like, he was excited when I finished the trial. He was like, well, I knew you'd do well. And he was like, well done. And yeah, it was he's always been hugely supportive of it and hugely supportive of the book and hugely supportive of me like expanding on advertising it and talking about it and having new ideas around it. Yeah, and not just my partner but also my parents, they're excited, and my dad is like so proud of me, like ridiculously proud, even though I'm like, Dad, I'm also a biologist and I've actually published like peer review articles in science. But oh no, he seems to be more excited about the fact that I wrote a book.
I mean,
So
it's
yeah,
a big deal for to write a book. It really is. I mean,
it is, yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, my dad is like super proud, and I have a sister that I no longer talk to who tried to kind of, it backfired on her when she was like, I'm going to tell mum and dad. And she told mum and dad, and they were like, really? And they were so happy and like so proud of me. And so my dad even took me to buy the infamous headset that you can see on the cover of the book. So the
Okay.
infamous headset, that's like it's an AI recreation of the
Right,
headset.
right,
But
right,
yeah,
right.
that's the headset that I used to wear, like it was an old school kind of headset they used to have in call centers, because I needed to find one that fit the landline phone that I had. So yeah, my dad
Oh yes,
helped me drive all over
landline. I'm like,
Sydney
this is
to get
such a
it.
throwback to landlines. Because I was gonna say, it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
I know, is phone sex operating still a thing in like the modern day world with all the Like,
It is, but I believe it's a dying industry, and it significantly died, and that's pretty much why I'm not still in it. Like it died the day that they cut, and I talk about this in the book. So they cut the landlines, the 1-900 numbers. So those were the numbers that you could call into, like people's houses. They could just pick up the phone and call. Well, that's no longer a thing anymore. So we lost the 1-900 numbers, and our our main like phone or communications provider Telstra did that, and so that basically killed, like it really killed a lot of the industry in that sense. And so also there was also the OnlyFans introduction,
right. I
and
feel like that's what I was thinking. I feel like that like would kill it, even if it wasn't like dead
yeah, I mean,
before.
I think what really killed it is obviously cutting off those 1-900 numbers. But then again, this is a dig at the company. If they had have actually paid their workers what they were worth and actually adjusted for the fact, there is still a market there, because a lot of people want that anonymity. They want to be in that audio world, But the company who does it, they just, I don't know, they had no interest in trying to keep their workers.
That's too bad because you would still be doing it now if you.
I probably would have taken a bit of a break after having a baby, but yeah, potentially yes. It just wasn't worth the money anymore. Like after they cut the lines, that was my main source of the income. You end up being paid for calls that were costing like, oh, they were around like for the person who was calling in was like only being, they were only being charged like $5 a minute or something. But me, on the other hand, I was only earning about 45 cents of that or something.
Well, that's nothing.
So no.
I'm like, I'm trying to
45
do the
cents a
math.
minute.
I'm trying to do the math per hour, but that's not good. It's not good at
No.
all.
That was the baseline rate. And if you're lucky and somebody chose you, then you might end up earning 55 cents a minute. Ooh.
Oh my
But
God,
yeah,
that's not good at all.
yeah, like so I kind of got sick of it. I was like, fuck this. I'm sorry for swearing.
Oh no, you're allowed to swear. We all swear here. This.
Okay. I was like, fuck this. I am not going to talk to someone about how they want to eat my tampons for 45 cents a minute.
They
So
want to
that
eat
was
your
just not
tampons.
happening.
And see, like that's this is I feel like you've heard the weirdest shit ever.
I have, yes. Some of the stuff that I've talked about, I would honestly say that I think that even a paid sex worker in the presence of someone else would run away screaming from. Like they're a whole other, different breed, that these guys who call up phone sex
Well,
lines.
yeah, I mean, like I feel like that's what I was thinking because I have been thinking about this all week, really. Like, um, I mean, I just think it's fascinating because it's like I don't know, like I've never met anyone I've met people who are in the sex industry in so many different like things, but I've never met anyone who does this. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? They must be like more depraved because of the why is that word? Yeah, okay, whatever.
The anonymity,
I
yeah.
don't know why I can never say that word out loud. I sound like I sound like the fish in Finding Nemo who can't say like anemone or whatever. But
You know what?
yeah, I was like because of that, like because it's so anonymous, I would imagine like people like the more depravity comes out in that way because they're more comfortable with you
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, the company knows who they are, because they have to put their credit card on file. And so that would deter a lot of people from, ever calling again. So some people lost that avenue because they didn't, that they couldn't have true anonymity,
Right.
like in order to find out who the caller was, like it would be almost impossible. Like it'd be something that you wouldn't be able to just, it would be far more difficult. And so yeah, the ones who would call with it ended up being just the ones who registered with their credit card. And nobody who wants to talk about eating, like, menstrual blood and whatever is what, is it really wants people to know where they live and
No,
have their idea.
probably not. I know, I'm like, probably not. So did you have like a lot of repeat clients then, or was it really just like one-offs a lot of the time?
Okay, yeah. So I repeat callers, definitely. So I had, there was like characters in a movie, kind of like you have like the guy who liked being degraded, which I called Mr. Money, and he like rhythmic chanting, and then there was the guy who would call up Celine Dion, and he would just constantly ask me the same question over and over and over again. He would ask, he would say, do you like porn? I like porn. Do you like to watch porn? And then I'd be like, yeah, baby, I love porn. And it's just like this constant loop. Um,
Well, that one's
it,
simple, at least, you just.
it was, but the funniest thing happened with that particular one, which I can circle back to, but there was also like there was like the callers like that had the obsession with celebrities. There was callers who had an obsession with being degraded, and
See,
being
that one, I'm like, I feel like that would, you have to, I mean, you're good at it if you're good,
yeah,
like, you have to be, because I mean, I feel like I
yeah.
just laugh. Like, how the fuck did you not laugh? I
I mean, like,
laugh at everything
book
though, so like, I'm not a good example because I'm just perpetually laughing.
the book is very much a story, or an overarching theme and story of me attempting not to laugh, because it was so funny so often and so much of the time. I don't know how I did it, but I don't think there was any occasion where I let that on, because there were times when I could laugh because they were so loud, or where I would snicker, or I could have a deep breath where I could disguise it as if I was laughing
Right.
about something being cheeky or something. Like, I don't know how I did it, but honestly, so much of it was just hysterical. Like,
I would
I was,
literally, I just like don't know, especially like, I don't know, I don't feel like I could with a straight face degrade somebody. Like, I just feel like I'd be,
oh, that's easy.
I feel like I'd be in stitches with myself because it's just like so out of character for me. But I guess like, I don't know, I think it is like, you probably like, do you look at it like you're an actress? Because I feel like
Yes,
you
yes,
have
you
to
are.
play a
You
character.
are.
Yeah,
Like,
like
one of the biggest things about the book is I like to dispel that myth that like we're acting. I'm acting. Like, people like, oh, like, you're, I don't want to, like, you're getting off to other guys on the phone and you have a partner, and I was like, getting off to other guys? I'm like,
what?
excuse me.
No, that's not what I would think at
Yeah,
all.
I'm acting. I'm not doing any of those things. In fact, I'm not even aroused. Thank you very much. I am a professional. I mean, that's fine if
Right, it's
other
a job.
do.
You're doing a service.
Yeah, like, I am
Yeah.
not just like, yeah, it's acting. It's improv acting. You got to be quick-witted. You got to be fast. You got to know exactly what they want, what they say. You've got to make sure you respond to every detail that is needed to keep them on the phone, but also keep them on long enough until, and like kind of edge them and bring them back from the brink and take them closer again and bring them back. So you got to keep them on the line for as long as possible, but also keep them on for that amount of time with the prospect that you need them to call back, and that they feel like, there's more to it, and that they'll come back.
Right. You don't want to like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You have to keep them coming back.
But yeah, as for degrading, it's really easy because, being a woman in society anyway,
That's true.
you have a lot of rage
I
about how,
actually do have a lot of rage, so I feel like now that you
but
say
you channel it, and it is an excellent way to release, like, pent up rage about sexism and stuff you've experienced. And it's an excellent way to be like, what, you've really, like, I would say stuff like, what, you little fucking bitch, you've really pissed me off this afternoon. I'm really sick of it. And just like really like playing out that kind of scenario where, like,
I'd be good at this. I take it all back. Like, I do have, I mean, I know I literally laugh all the time, but I mean, like, honestly, I feel like most of my emotions just turn into laughter because, like, what the fuck else is the point at this point in life to be? But like,
Yeah.
no, that rage for the male race is like deep seated.
Yes.
And it's
Like
like, it's
sometimes,
looking for a channel to literally be unleashed upon them.
Oh, absolutely. Like I would get like some calls, like I would get predators, like I would get some really and asking like, and suggesting really heinous criminal things. And after those phone calls, I'd be just so wired and livid and just being like, this next caller, if they want a dominatrix, I am going to just wreck them, just rip them apart, like it's a way to kind of vent that anger about the sleaze bags and the criminals that would call. And I'm not talking about people with like, fetishes that don't hurt anyone. I'm talking about obviously, what you think I'm talking about. And to have those phone calls and then, grey rock them and essentially get them off the phone as quickly as possible without me being penalized for hanging up. So making them hang up.
Right. Yeah. How did you do that? Like, how do you navigate that? Like, that's so uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, like to get out of those situations, I didn't want to. If you get so, what happened was if you did actually hang up and end the phone call, as in hanging up, you would be penalized, and then less calls would get forwarded to you. So it was like a kind of cycle. It's like you were rewarded for staying on the phone and for taking every call till its completion, basically. So when I had a criminal or like a predator call or something, and want to talk about horrific, horrible things to do with minors, I would just grey rock them and I would just not engage and kind of make it very difficult for them to want to be on the line. I would make like I would sort of in one point I even said, oh, like I pretended I was talking to someone else and I was like, yeah, I'm recording this, like things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would hang up because they would get scared.
That's smart. Okay. Because I wouldn't know what to do. But of course because you've had this experience with like, yeah, you don't want to be on.
Yeah, or they would call up and I'd be like, these calls are recorded, because I was not even going to be, let's talk about something else, baby. I was like, fuck this.
No, it's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They should be banned from humanity, let alone this call.
Yeah. You are a predator. You are not a human to me. And I would just be I think my favorite times were the times when I was like, you think you're really smart, don't you? Like I would say, but these calls are recorded, and then they would just like hang up instantly.
Yeah,
and I go back.
Gotta go. Yeah, gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's a rough one though, for sure.
Yeah, it was. And look, they were only about like a couple, maybe like, I don't know, less than 1% of calls.
That's good.
Yeah, most of the time they were just weirdos that, like lovable weirdos, I suppose, or like
right.
weirdos,
harmless weirdos,
harmless weirdos, the harmless weirdos who wanted to talk about eating their wife's period blood and also eating their wife's shit, but still harmless weirdos.
Harmless. I know. I never got like I was talking about this shit eating fetish like on another podcast, and I'm like, I'll never understand that, but like, go off.
I will never. I couldn't do it. I couldn't engage in even talking about it and pretending. I couldn't act it out. It's just too.
I can't even like. I tried to psychologically analyze like what would make somebody want to eat shit. Like I literally just couldn't fucking figure it out. Like I sat there and thought about it the other day. Like after
I can't. Like I couldn't, and I still. I think about it every every now and then I'll think about it and I'm like, I don't know. Like, and I just think.
I have absolutely nothing for that one.
It was so hard to write that story about wife's shit not be sterile and the period one because it's just so disgusting to me. And so I was was laughing and it is funny, but it was just.
But it's like my laugh about it is a little bit uncomfortable and nervous because that shit is not normal. Like I don't know.
No, like.
And I don't want to like judge anybody's fetishes.
Yes, it's hard not to kink shame.
I don't, but like with that one, I don't know. I do because I just can't. I can't get down.
Well, I'm a biologist, so I know how unsanitary it is to eat someone's, how dangerous it is, how sick it can make you. And I often wonder, what does that guy smell like? Because he's probably got like microbiome back, like the guy who eats his wife shit. Like, has he got like, does he smell like poo? Like when he goes
No,
out in public? Because like
truly.
this microbiome is like in parts in his mouth, like it's like colonized his mouth. I don't, yeah, it's too.
No, it's literally so upsetting.
It is. And like honestly, that's why I couldn't do it. So that was that one call. And then I was basically deflecting the entire time and I froze and I was like, I can't do this. And even writing those stories was so hard. It was really difficult with the like yeah, really difficult with the period one as well. But like the level of grossness was not as bad
Yeah, like
because
I'm like okay, I don't know. I'm just channeling vampire energy. I'm like, all right,
yes.
drink that blood, boy. I'm like, all right, I'm cool with that. I think I like
So just
vampires.
pretend we're talking about blood and not talking about blood coming out of a vagina that was the lining of the uterus. Yeah.
Right, yeah, but like that's easier for me to get down with than the poop. I can't.
Yeah. And
It's
it's
like
and
there's
same thing with
nothing
me
about
when
me that's not judging that person
yeah.
tremendously.
Yeah. And then like so I was like fine with the water sports stuff because I was like, so many guys love squirting and what they've already shown that there's no difference between squirting and like that it essentially
Yeah,
is urine anyway. So it's like
essentially pee.
most men have this fetish of like watching a woman urinate for some reason or
I mean, yeah,
lose
no, I've
control of their
I've found
bladder.
that to be like way like I don't know. I've met a lot of people recently who have told me that like, I'm just like I didn't know this was so fucking common. Like
Yeah, yeah,
what is
it's just
this so common? This is like everybody's just like, hey, I'm hey, I want to drink your pee, or hey, I want to watch you pee.
yeah,
I'm like,
it was hard for me to talk about drinking it because I just the
I mean,
smell of
I can't like fathom why, but I'm telling you,
yeah.
people are like really okay with just like I was hanging out with this guy, like I don't know, like a couple months ago. I met him. We were having a drink, and like in the first time we met, he was like, you know what? I want to drink your pee. And I'm like, bro, like, we've been hanging out for like all of an hour. Like, I mean, like, if that's your thing, like, go off, do you? But like, also, like, it's a fucking hour. I'm just like, I'm perplexed that you're
Yeah,
this comfortable, just
what
like, okay, yeah,
is there
I'm not
any
into it, but like, yeah, sure. I mean, what? It's like I'm at a loss for
an
words.
hour?
You're that comfortable with yourself that like you know what I mean. Like you didn't even wait till I saw you maybe again. Like you're just like
Oh my
okay,
god.
let's just put it out, throw it out there right now. But I mean like also like respect for knowing what you like because obviously like I didn't like that. So now you don't have to like waste your time knowing that I'm not gonna pee in your mouth.
In your mouth, yeah. I'm not gonna squat. Like I don't, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we know how like I've seen porn, and obviously, like I was introduced to a lot of porn that clients would want me to watch with them over the phone. So they'd send me a link, like
Okay.
not a link. They'd tell me to type into like YouTube, not YouTube, YouPorn or whatever the other one is, Pornhub, and they'd
Pornhub,
be
yeah.
like, select this video, and then I'd have to be forced to watch it, and I'd watch it with them, and I'd be like, oh, that's so hot. So there was
Right.
like I can't stress enough how much I was acting
I
and a
mean, you
lot
have
of
to be like. I mean, honestly, that's not like. Okay, so what's like the weirdest shit they made you watch? I gotta know.
I think it was just the pissing in mouth. I think it was gigantic, like a older women with giant, like kind of like what's it like a AI type, but it wasn't AI back then.
Like
It
what's
was like
CGI?
hentai kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And like gigantic, unrealistic body proportions with women with
Yeah.
giant asses, tiny waists, and whatever, and pissing on each other.
Yeah.
Um, Something to that effect.
Don't
And
get
another one was women wrestling, and there was no sexual, like nothing sexual about it, but there was women wrestling, and like that was this guy. He thought it was really hot, and I was like, okay, I don't know why this is on Pornhub, but
yeah. Why
anyway,
is that on Pornhub unless like they're
yeah.
looking after
I
like?
mean, they obviously found it erotic, but yeah, that was pretty much like the extent of what I was made to watch. But I think I was so desensitized. Like it wouldn't bother me if they were telling me to watch something. Like you're not going to run into scat porn anyway because that's illegal. Like
Thank
you don't.
God. Okay, because I
Yeah,
was.
you're not going to run into that even on, but you will run
No,
into.
they did. Remember, Two Girls, One Cup?
Yes, but that wasn't actually scat. That was the problem. Well, not the problem. That was why they got away with it, because it was just chocolate ice cream. This I had never seen it, but I googled it, and yeah, it was chocolate ice cream that was put up inside, and then they like pooed it out or something. I don't know. It's disgusting, but yeah. I mean, obviously not sanitary, but I think that's how they got around it. But also, that wasn't that like a viral porn clip that was downloadable or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, it was like before the internet was really interneting.
Yeah.
Now, like I was like young. I don't know. I was in like I don't know. I was young. I was in like 7th grade or whatever. I don't know. Everyone was just like, "Look at this! It's fucking awesome!" And you just like downloaded it. I don't know what was that weird? There was like that weird website with all the illicit shit that like wasn't a porn site, but it was just like, check out all this fucked up shit on the internet. I don't know, one of those. And we were like,
Lemon Party, was it? Maybe it was Lemon Party. I don't know.
I don't remember the name, but it's like, what before the internet was interneting? Do you like? I can't even imagine now. It's like so wild because the internet.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of porn. There wasn't a lot of porn to choose from back then, and now it's just endless. Yeah, yeah. So I guess they did maybe watch some porn every now and then, but by and large, it was a very audio world, and that's what they wanted, and that's what they got. And honestly, like there was a lot of funny things that happened, but
yeah, let's hear some funny stories because I love them.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy, do you like the one who would Celine Dion, he would go, "Do you like porn? I like porn." And this would go on for like 20 minutes. And I'm talking the deepest voice. You think of the deepest voice, but someone who's almost like they're putting it on. And it was like I was being prank called. Like it reminded me of like when you were at like a sleepover when you were a teenager, and then the boys would call you and they would like prank you and be like, "Hello," and pretend it was him or something. It was like that, like a very deep put on voice, but I don't think it was put on. I think that was him. So it was like a really deep voice, because who's going to put on something for 20 minutes? Like,
yeah,
so
I mean, that's a commitment and a half.
Yes, like it just so I just realized this is so comical. I can't cope with how ridiculous this is. And I just kept thinking, I can't believe that this is like actual reality and real life right now. Is this guy really saying this in a constant loop? And he would say, "Do you like porn, Missy? I like porn. Do you like to watch porn?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I've got a whole stack of DVDs here, baby. Like, I love to watch porn. I love watching porn all the time, don't you? I love to watch porn. Do you like porn? I love porn." And then one time, there would always be, often be.
Get sick of saying that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be just like, "Yeah, baby." Like, I'm like, fuck. I'm like rolling my eyes and like, oh, when is this going to end? And then I got rewarded by, after about 20 minutes, there's a TV going on in the background. Often he'd have a TV on in the background, but we have like the equivalent of MTV. It was called Rage. We still have it, but Rage music videos came on, and Celine Dion came on. And right at the point, and I don't know if this could have been orchestrated by this person, because I was on the phone for 20 minutes. Like, unless he's literally gone to click it, but what purpose would he have? So anyway, Celine Dion starts playing, and it said, and it gets to the bit where it's like, "Near, far, wherever you are," and then I hear this deep voice say, "My girlfriend likes to bum fuck me." And it was just like incredible, because
I would just be screaming and crying out laughter. I don't know.
Yeah, like I basically, like, I was silently laughing and crying, because I was like, this is comedic genius. This is the funniest fucking thing, and I'm the only one to hear it. And like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to write the book, because I was like, people have to know how hilarious this moment was. It really happened.
Yeah,
and it was just incredible. Like, it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. There are some funny things that I heard, but that is my absolute favorite, because
that's my favorite.
It was perfect. Like, right when she said that, and then like this guy just randomly coming out of left field of like saying nothing about his girlfriend, just goes, "My girlfriend likes to bum fuck me." And then he just hung up. And I was like, did that just happen? Or am I like,
am I making this up right now? Like, did that?
am I living in a movie? Like, it was just that pristine. It was like it was scripted. It was amazing. It was like being in a movie. It was the funniest thing. And after that, I couldn't take calls for about 10 minutes because I was like, this is not real. And I was like screaming, laughing into my pillow because I was just like, what the fuck did just happen? Is this even real?
No, that like doesn't feel like real life at all. Like
it was so, I can't like, it's incredible. Like, and I feel like some people probably don't believe me, but I would happily take a lie detector test on that.
I mean, I believe you 100%, but like so out of pocket, so out of left field, like
so fucking weird. And then he would call me, and then it never happened after that. He would call me and we do the same thing about porn, and that was it. But this one time,
Celine Dion brought it the fuck out of him. He was like, I am in this moment. Celine got me.
Yeah, forever he will be known as Celine Dishlong. Incredible, honestly. And that was my favorite. Like it's just the funniest thing. There are obviously other things that came close, but no, that's got to be the funniest thing.
That takes the cake.
It does. Because it was so perfect. You know, like there was also Mr. Money. So Mr. Money.
Yeah, it was like the universe conspired in that moment to bring you.
Yes. I was rewarded.
Like it was just for you, you know? Like
yes.
Celine Dion came and he was just like, I'm here. I'm like, this is my moment, you know.
It's just amazing. It was incredible. And like nothing could ever, even me telling the story, even me writing it down, will still never compare to like
the moment of bliss for you. That
it was honestly just amazing. It was like I didn't think it was possible for real life to be that funny and sound like a movie. It's amazing. And nothing will compare, but there are some things that came close. So like there was Mr. Money, and he was Mr. Money was, he liked rhythmic chanting.
Okay.
So he was very,
like I'm thinking like, you know, when I do like qigong or when I do some kundalini and we're like, you know, chanting some.
Oh, well, that was clapping. So it started with, he was, I don't know exactly what he was. I think, I honestly think he might have been a real estate agent or some sort of stock sale, some kind of sales. He would
have to be with a name like Mr. Money, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the name I gave him. But
I know, but yeah, because like he's a business guy or something. Yeah.
Well, he was Mr. Money because, well, it's actually not Mr. Money, Mr. Money, because he liked being degraded, and he liked having a financial dom. So I was a fin dom.
Okay. So love that for you. I absolutely adore that for you.
I mean, I didn't make extra money from it, but like it was the whole concept around it. And he would be on the phone for like 40 minutes sometimes. So it was amazing in that way. So I would make good money from it. But he would call and he would start off saying like all day, all night, God, I would say he would say all day, all night, transfer all my money to you. And then he would say that and he'd go, I'm going to work all day, all night, transfer all my money to you.
I love this chant. This is like an affirmation I wish to hear every day.
Yes. And so I made up. So first it kind of started with like him kind of going on about like how he all day he wanted to transfer his money, but he was wanting more from me, and I could see that I could hear that he wanted more from me. And so like I was like, what am I missing here? And then I noticed that he was speaking in a rhythmic chant, and I thought, you know what, maybe I need to do that. So I went all day, all night, transfer all your money to me. And then I was like, my little worker bee working all day for me, all night, all day, all night. Transfer all your money to me. All your money belongs to me. And I would just say that in a rhythmic chant, and he loved it. He was just like, he would cream his pants over it. He just loved it. He was like, oh yes, goddess. But he had the most nasally voice, and it was like he had like a very strong deviated septum. And he'd be like, Oh, yes, mistress. Oh, yes. Transfer. Oh, I'm transferring all my money to you. All my money belongs to you all day, all night. Transfer all my money to you. And then when he would get to a stage where he was so deeply aroused, he would mix it up and accidentally say my lines and be like, pretend like as if it was me. And that way it made it even funnier. So yeah, that was Mr. Money.
I love that. That is my favorite.
So unique.
I mean, and that's like a chill. I mean, that's like a meditative phone call to be on. You're chanting, and you get to chant about taking all of somebody's money. Like, I
Yeah.
love that. I
If only I
absolutely
could take
adore
all
that
his
fucking
money.
energy. If I could talk to people all day, just like, give me all your money. Like, I'd be a business. All right, this is great.
Honestly, I mean there's definitely social consequences to it, but yeah, like it's a job. People, there are fin doms. And honestly, like if I could do that, I would. But
I
you
could do
just got to
that. I
think of your
would
safety.
too.
But
I mean, like, I looked into it once upon a time, but most of it's not like for real. Like, I really did. It was, I was like, this sounds fucking phenomenal. But you know what? Most of it was not real, and then it was not fun because nobody actually gave all their money to me, and I did not enjoy that. So,
yeah, like I dabbled a little bit in it. I tried to at least. And it just kind of like it was like a little tiny bit of a stint online.
mhm.
Um
Yeah, I tried that online for a
I
while.
tried and I picked up like one client from Twitter and I got some money, but yeah, and then he just disappeared and I was like, damn it.
I know.
I probably made about 100 Australian dollars at one point, and then maybe another like a couple of weeks later, I spoke to him again and made another 50 or something. But yeah, they have timelines. Then they probably also like have inside their head, like I feel like Mr. Money had been burned a lot, or he had like thrown too much money at he so like he at one point, like I would kind of go around the grounds of like trying to get him to like say some kind of credit card number, not a real one, but like
Right.
he was like apprehensive about that kind of thing, like even making it up, I guess. So I think there might be a little bit of like
Like a little
financial trauma or
trauma.
something.
That's probably why he's calling like
Yeah.
a phone line for that
Yes,
safer,
because he can still get that, that
get that thrill that he's gonna give all his
yeah,
money to you, but he
he's
doesn't
still
have
got
to.
that outlet without losing the money. And I honestly feel that that was the case. And I remember, like, just during those calls with him, that like one time I'd break character briefly just to ask him like what he actually did, so I could like use that angle. And he was even reluctant to kind of say it, but I think it was like, oh my, I'm in sales or something. So yeah, he was very, something had happened, but I felt
He's
it was nice.
traumatized. Poor guy.
Yes, some sort of trauma, I
He's
would
like, I
say.
tried to give all my money to her and she took it.
Yeah, he must have given, like, I think he's like, from his fantasy, it feels like he probably did do that at some point in his life and has like serious regrets and might be working his ass off to pay off a
Yeah,
debt
he's like,
because of it or
shit, I
something.
really gave all my money to her in the
Oh, yeah, I
shit.
gave all my money, yeah, all my money. Yeah, it
Oh
was,
my.
yeah.
That's great. So yeah, it sounds
So
like
yeah, there was some
he's
characters,
like
some
that. I would
pretty.
be like like I would be doing that psychological analysis. I'm already psychoanalyzing all your clients as it is. So like I would be doing that all the time. Like, what the fuck
Yeah, I mean, there was also one more. If you've got time for one more,
Oh, we have 20 more minutes. We're good.
there's also there was also so Barefoot Bandit. So
I
basically,
love his name. So
yeah, he was like did I call him Barefoot Bandit? I don't know. I think I called him a couple of names. I can't remember what I called him in the book. The name, it's escaping me right now.
no, I gotta go order your book.
Yes, please, please, please.
Going
There's
to.
so many
I see it.
stories.
It's on my Amazon. I see it. Gotta go get it.
Yes, please, please do, because
It's
I
just
need
an ebook
reviews.
or is it paperback too?
It's all ebook. Paperback costs a bit too much money for that
Yeah,
this
it does. I
day.
mean, I've published 2 paperbacks and it's a pain in the ass. So
If I get big, maybe, but yeah.
well,
At
let's
this
get you
stage,
big, girl. Let's get you big and then get me big
yes,
too. Because
please.
I mean, honestly, I mean, we're in it together at this point, so I'm rooting for
Oh,
both.
yes, please. That would be amazing.
I'm rooting
So
for.
yeah, I Barefoot Bandit, he was an interesting character. So I think like in terms of psychological stuff, there was a lot of psychoanalyzing that I did with him. So he would call up and he would say that he was a bad boy and he was a criminal. And I'd be like, well, why, baby? He's like, because I was caught barefoot in public and I've been arrested for being barefoot in public. And like, and then that was, but then that wasn't the weirdest part. Like, then I would repeat to him, oh, you're such a bad boy, you're such a criminal. And then he'll go, exactly, yeah. So yeah, I called him Mr. Exactly, Barefoot Bandit, Mr. Exactly. He'd go, exactly, yeah. And I'd go, oh, you're such a bad boy, you're such a criminal. How dare you walk through the street without shoes on? You're going to be arrested, they're going to charge you, and everyone is going to point and laugh at you as you get carried away to jail for having bare feet in public. You're such a bad boy. And he'd go, exactly, yeah. And I would just be like, what the fuck is happening right now?
I'm crying. That's okay. Honestly, this is the weirdest booking thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. So it's a running joke in our family now. Like my partner and I were like, exactly, yeah, whenever something like that.
Like,
And it's
what
just
the fuck?
permeating.
Also with the bare feet, like that's not an
Yeah.
arrestable crime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think it kind of stems from Australian culture. So like it's very culturally acceptable to like, especially in summer, to go to the grocery store, to go to even like the mall and not wear shoes. Like we just won't wear shoes. So I think the whole point is that it is so culturally acceptable that perhaps he had very like maybe he had parents from a different background or whatever that made him wear shoes when everyone else was like barefoot. And so like especially if you're on the beach, like if you're near the beach, like probably if you're walking like in the center of the city, so like like you're probably not going to be walking around barefoot in Sydney Harbour, but if you're like at Bondi Beach or like whatever and you've got shoes on, and then there's like the Bondi Junction which is alongside the beach and you haven't got shoes on, no one's going to be like, oh, they're not wearing shoes, like it's yeah. So I feel like maybe there was something to play there, or maybe he's got childhood trauma about the fact that like he was made to wear shoes one time and that like kind of that's got trauma surrounding it or something.
I mean, I don't. Maybe, but I'm just like, if that's your
Or
biggest
maybe he was punished for not wearing his shoes when he should have been.
Yeah. Maybe
So
his
weird.
parents like
Anyway,
beat him, like took the whip out, like you didn't wear shoes, little fucking.
yeah, like I have no idea. But see, the thing about this story is I actually have an alibi because my partner was like, I've got to hear a call. I've got to hear a call. He was like, I've got to hear one call. And I was like, okay, one call, like whatever, we'll just see what happens. It might not be a good one. He's like, I just need to hear a call. And I was like, okay, fine. So he's on the other side of the door. It's just an old iPhone 5 because like I had to like I wanted to have a phone that was connected to the service, and this is before I got my landline because it was early on. And it's got the old iPhone 5 with the old headphones, the ones that were compatible with everything because they were just the same headphone jack. He's got one in his ear on the other end of the door. The door is like basically shut, or so it's like fed through the shut door. He's got the headphone in one ear, I've got it on the other. I'm on the other side of the door, so we're basically like very close together, but like on the other side of the door. And then Mr. Exactly called, and I was like, no way, this is the best thing for him.
Best one you can get.
Yeah. And so I actually have confirmation and I have an alibi for this scenario. So my partner heard Mr. Exactly too, and when the phone call finished, I was like, I've got to see the state of him. So I opened the door. He is on the ground. He's got tears streaming down his face. he's like got his shirt up there because he's trying not to was trying not to.
That's how I feel about this.
And he was like holding his shirt and like wiping the tears from his eyes because it was so funny. And I was like, yes, perfect. That is enough. And he was like, I don't need to hear anymore. He's like, I have heard it all. But he every time now, anything, I'm like, he's like, if I say something, he's like, and he would say something and I go, exactly. And he'll go, exactly, yeah. So yeah, now everybody can share in the joy of Mr. Exactly's.
Oh, truly, he has brought me more joy than I was expecting to have before 10 a.m. this morning.
Oh, Mr. Exactly, wherever you are.
Wherever I love you, you barefoot bandit.
Yes.
I hope you're listening, you fucking
You're such a criminal.
You goddamn criminal. Shit.
It is criminal how much you have made us laugh. So yeah, Mr. Exactly, hands down, funny.
He gets a gold fucking star.
He gets a gold star. He's not as funny as Celine just long. Nothing will ever be as perfect as that.
Nothing will ever be, but this man really is he's consistent with
Exactly, yeah.
Barefoot fucking criminal. I just can't. What a weird thing. Like, what a weird fucking thing. Like, yeah, I wear shoes. I'm such a criminal. Like, of all the things in the entire world, would be the last thing I would expect to come out of anyone's mouth.
Yeah, it just some strange things, and like I mean, there was also, gosh, like there's all the stories are funny. That I actually, this book is full of it's just my funny stories, like because they stand out to me, and I have a really good long-term memory. So I remember it like it was yesterday, and so having that, being able to do that, I just remember all the funny ones.
That's
and like in a lot of in huge detail, and of course I remember kind of everything in sort of an equal detail, but these ones, they brought me so much joy, so they had to go in the book, like just because they were so funny. And so there was also
joy.
Say that again.
It's truly the joy.
It's just the joy. Like it was like people would say, what was it like? And I was like, honestly, it was amazing, but more hilarious than anything. Like it was fun because it was so fucking funny. Like
I want to go be a phone sex operator now, but I don't think it exists. But like I genuinely
it does in America. It's called Night Flirt. I actually, because of my book and because of the outreach on and trying to promote it on different platforms, I actually met somebody who is actually out and proud about it to the entire public, which is something I commend her, but something I just couldn't do. Because,
I mean, I would totally be out about it because I don't give a fuck, but I see why you don't want to.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's more the stigma that's attached to it. I don't want people to know that about me, and I work with people, and I work in an important industry where reputation can matter, and there's a lot of sexism already, and I don't want to be treated like
any differently. Yeah. I mean, you're a biologist. I don't.
Yeah.
And,
like I'm not going to say where I am in the ladder, but I'm up there enough that if people knew, there would be quite a lot of. I would probably get quite a lot of. I don't know, but like. I would probably get excluded from social interactions, or I might be.
There is a lot of judgment behind like the
definitely
sex work,
Even though sex work is legal in Australia, it's still, like it's still considered taboo. Yeah.
Well, it's legal here too, right? Is it? I don't fucking know. Actually.
No, it's illegal in America.
Phone sex?
You're in America? Yeah. No, phone sex is legal, but actually. Some content you're not allowed to talk about. So you're not allowed to talk about, in America, you're not allowed to talk about blood, and you're not allowed to talk about water sports.
Really?
Yeah, that's from having discussions with an actual phone sex worker who actually, she's currently doing it with Night Flirt. Yeah.
Is she making good money? I'm literally like.
Yeah, I think she does make good money. She does Findom stuff and all sorts of other stuff. So she I think they do other stuff on the platform as well, but you can exclusively do phone sex work if you wanted to and not show your face.
Like
but I don't think a lot of them do
I
that.
mean, that's the only way I would do it. I don't want my face involved in the shit.
Yeah, like it's the anonymity, like being able
Yeah,
to. It's
it's
like
like yeah, it's safe. Like you like because
yeah,
especially because you are playing a role. Like I'm acting, so like you really don't want my face because once my face is involved, it's like me. It's personal and this shit.
yes,
I
that's
can't
right.
hide. I can't wear masks with my own goddamn face because I'm too fucking authentic and too much myself. Like you know what I mean? But like behind,
Yeah,
it's like a mask. It's like okay, I could be acting on the phone, and also you can't see me fucking laughing. So like hallelujah,
yeah,
because I'm gonna
and
be
you can't.
laughing.
And like, I mean, I was never wearing sexy lingerie. Like, picture a woman
I'm
wearing
sure you
like
were just like in
baggy,
pajamas.
whole, yeah, exactly, baggy, whole. Like, I'm notorious for wearing like comfortable underwear and like laying on the bed, like just not giving a fuck. But like,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I would,
exactly.
and my hair, like especially my hair would be like everywhere, and yeah, like there's probably nothing sexy about it, but obviously my voice was sexy, and you know what, I do have a sexy voice, so
Did you talk in your normal voice or did you like
just like this, yeah. No,
okay.
I mean, like I guess I'm putting it on in a sense. I'd be like, "Hey, baby, my name's Missy,"
Yeah.
and then but then like it was still me. Like I didn't have like different characters. Like there are some really talented phone sex operators, especially from the 80s and 90s, that had like multiple different voices that they would do. That was not something I did. I had multiple different characters and areas that I specialized in. You know, I became quite professional at how I approached them. Like I would tap into like I was happy to do water sports. I felt comfortable doing it. So I was happy to talk about it and I would do more research into it and you know, like that kind of stuff. And then I do have a thing for uh some anime. I do like watching anime and I especially like Dragon Ball Z. So I would tap into that and that would be one of my characters. And then I would also have like, you know, be a financial dom or be the dom, and then also be a submissive and just like a regular hot Aussie, you know, hot Aussie chick kind of thing.
I
But
love
like that, my favorite by far though, in terms of characters, was always like being a mistress. I am just that way inclined as a person. I'm very like assertive and like authoritative in how I approach life and interactions, especially with men. Like
understand. Yeah.
you have
I understand. I'm like nothing about me is submissive at all. So yes,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I
Exactly.
understand.
Yeah.
I just there's nothing. Like I don't fucking like yeah, that would have like I agree. That would be I would be good at that because I don't
Exactly.
any
Yeah. Yeah, so like you've got to kind of like you got to pick what avenue you want to go for, and that was just something that really gelled with me, and I just thought I really love being like I honestly, if I was to say like what I was, I was a phone dom, and I was fucking good at it, and I really enjoyed it, like from the perspective of being able to just, you know, unleash all of my like frustrations from like interactions I've had in my daily life, just being a
that
woman.
sounds like kind of cathartic.
It really, it was like, it was very therapeutic. And, you know, like being able to just treat men like trash. It just, it was amazing. And they loved it and they wanted more of it and
They
they come
loved
back.
it. That's the best part. They fucking loved it.
Yeah. And just the things I could make them do. Like I made a guy smack his cock on the bonnet of his car. Like I made one guy, he liked pissing in different places. So I made him piss on the carpet and he did it. And then he was like, oh no, the missus is going to kill me. So the missus is like, the wife is going to kill me because he pissed on the floor
If I
and
was
his
his wife, I
weapon was
would
there.
fucking kill him. True.
Yeah, and there
The
was like
fuck is
another
wrong
guy.
with you?
Yeah, there was another guy that I made. Like I got him to smack his cock on the toilet seat. I was the same guy. Yeah, I got him to smack his cock on the toilet seat to calm down his erection so that he could piss on the carpet to begin with. Like these are the things that I got to do,
This
and
is
that was
just comedic gold. I mean, I love to laugh, so I just feel like I understand why
Well,
you love this job. It's fucking hilarious.
yes,
It's
you
like an
will love the
all-day comedy
stories.
show that just like never fucking ends, you know?
Yes, it was. Yes.
I'm
And so
living for it.
what you find in the book is it's like you're immersed in that world. I have wrote it in a way that you are reading it as if you are listening to a script. And so you're like as if you are listening to what
so excited to
audio.
read this fucking book.
It is very funny. And please, when you do read it, I need reviews so that I can do further outreaches, because it's harder when you have a book that is adult content. It's really hard to advertise. You can't advertise on Amazon. You can't advertise on Facebook.
Like you can't
advertise
like sex stuff anymore. You know that you can't even. There's not even hashtags for sex stuff on Instagram.
I know, it's fucking shit. I'm trying to do it on TikTok, but it's not really that successful. But
yeah, but TikTok at least still lets you talk about it. You know.
Sort of talk about it if you don't like, if you're not too explicit kind of thing. So I'm still working
on this goddamn motherfucking censorship come up. Have they seen movies? It's all like sex.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's fucked.
Like, I mean, we had our whole society sweating over 50 Shades of Grey. You know what I mean? Everyone flipped a lid over that. Like, they loved it. It was like the greatest thing ever. I didn't think those movies were that great, but people fucking loved it. But it's like, but don't talk about it like online if it's your thing. Like, are you kidding?
I know, it's
fucking
weird.
Rude.
It's so weird. Like they use all these code words. I'm still trying to figure out the code words. Like,
no, but like,
I haven't been in the industry for 5 years. Yeah, it's just
our society's so oversexed. You'd think they'd be like, yes, go off, go do that.
I know, but like, just let me fucking advertise the book. Like, right. Yeah, so it's really hard to do paid advertising. So please leave a review so that I can go through other avenues. And also, like, I offer to males or anyone, females if they wanted to. But if you leave me a review and you message me on Facebook, I will send you a sexy voice message. And I have done that.
Love it. Love it. So like,
I have done that for a guy, and yeah, he said, "Can you tell me that I'm a good boy?" And I thought, gee, it's just like a duck to water. Like, I'm straight back, just sending a 30-second text, a 30-second voice message, and he was just loving it. So yeah, please leave a review. Anyone out there listening, please leave a review, because it's so important. Reviews are so important. I didn't realize how important they are until I wrote my own book. So I apologize to anyone I ever read their book and I didn't leave a review. I should leave reviews.
Yes, I will totally leave a review, and everybody go buy this book. And then do you have like social media for the book, or?
Yes, I'm on Facebook as Missy XD. I'm on TikTok as Missy XD. Yeah, you can message me.
Are you on Instagram?
Yes, I'm on Instagram, but I haven't been on there for. It's very hard to maintain all of these profiles.
I know, it really is. I find it a pain in the ass. I'm just looking. I'm like, I just want to know what to tag you in, because I'll tag you in all of these when I.
Yes, I'll send all the links to you in email.
Yeah, email me everything so we can get you out there. I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's not active, as long as it has a link to your shit that people can click on, because nobody wants to do the whole process. People are so lazy. They're like, I can't like listen to this girl's podcast on the platform to get the link. Like, I'm just gonna click and click so that you know what I mean.
Yeah, so if you put it in the show notes, but yeah, I'll give you the link, and it's just basically, if you Google Tales of a Foreign Sex Girl, it'll come up, and
buy the book, buy the motherfucking book.
Please, 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 please. Because that's what it's there for. It's there to share the joy of the hilarious nature of what
foreign sex is. As I can attest to, I have had more joy than I could have ever anticipated before 10 a.m. this morning. Like, I've sufficiently cried.
You're going to love the book then, because there's so much more funny stories in there.
No, I'm like going to a retreat next week in Washington, so I have plenty of time to read books. I'm like, I'm gonna download this. I'm gonna go do this yoga healing retreat and laugh my ass off about phone sex.
A yoga retreat, and then you're reading a book.
Oh my god, my friend's gonna be like, "What are you reading?" I'm gonna be like, "Tales of a Phone Sex." You should read it. She's sending me all these book recommendations. She's like, "Have you read this?" I'm like, I love you, but bitch, I don't like to read spiritual help books. Like, there's nothing I fucking like about that. I like I like
No,
laughter.
this
I
book,
like debauchery. Like, I'm not fucking
yeah.
reading those.
My book is 30,000 words. Every story is 1,000. So there's 20 different stories in it. And they're all like, all different all the different like callers, like all the different 20 different call types. And yeah, they're very short each. They're about like maybe like 1.5 to 2,000 words. So you can read like one story at a time. And then there's obviously like the introduction that talks about like why I got like how I got into it, the first call, and then why I left at the end. So it's very just pick a story, read it one day, pick it up the next day, read another one, and just have that funny joy. If you can put it down.
I won't be able to put it down. I'll just like have to reread it because it's gonna just crack me up for the rest of my life. I love a good laugh. I don't take anything in life seriously, so
yeah, I mean, like follow me on Facebook, send me a message. Like I'm not like I'm fine to talk to anyone about it. Anyone wants to talk about it, whatever. I'm totally open to it. I'm an open book about it, and my messages are always open. So
awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. This was such a like literally I've gotten so much joy today. So
I'm glad I could do that for you.
so thank you for coming and to all my
Thank you
audience.
very
Buy her
much.
fucking book. And do you have any last messages for my audience? Other than buy her book, buy her book, buy her
Yeah,
motherfucking
buy my book. And yeah, I'll send you that. If you're a guy, you can get a sexy message and you can get a personalized interaction with me. But there's no OnlyFans. I don't have OnlyFans. If anyone's wondering, there is no OnlyFans.
no OnlyFans. We're
No
keeping it cool
OnlyFans.
with the voices, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm fine with sending you a little voice message. So if you like review,
Yeah,
it's not
you
free.
have to leave the review first, guys. Don't just be like,
Yes.
I'm messaging her. Like, where's the review? I need screenshots. I need receipts.
Yes, that's right. And or at least proof before the review comes out, because sometimes it can take a while for some reason. And then
Well,
someone
screenshots,
shows
man.
it.
Screenshots.
That's it. I want proof.
We
No
need the
one's getting
receipt.
a free voice message, a sexy voice message out of Missy.
Nope. We need
Free.
receipts, boys.
Yep, that's it.
Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful
You
rest
are
of your
welcome.
day. And I can't wait to update you on how I like your book because I'm excited to read it.
Thank you. Please, if you have Facebook, then send me a message, or I'll find you on Facebook. Do you have?
I just added you as a friend actually right
Oh,
now.
great.
And I'm gonna follow
Good
you
then.
from like my business accounts
Oh,
too.
yep, I can see it. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll send you all those links then, and
Yeah, send me all the links.
there'll be no troubles then.
All right, perfect. Well,
Thank
you have a
you.
beautiful day. Thank you.
Yes. It was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, you too. Bye. Oh, and thank you
Bye.
oh wait, I have to, and thank you everyone to listen to listening to my show. This is my
I love it so much.
thank you from the Layla Show. Hey, if you want to be a guest on the Layla Show, you can send me an email to laylatzri.com and share your story. Thank you for listening. I love all y'all. Bisous, motherfucking ciao. The Layla Show.